Today I'm with Ted. Ted, I noticed you're out here on the streets. You're in a wheelchair. You're a double amputee. How long have you been homeless here in the streets of Phoenix?
Okay, well, I recently just moved to Phoenix. I'm from Tucson, so to give you a glimpse of that, I've been homeless for 3 years total.
You're also a veteran?
Yes, sir. I served in the United States Army from 2003 to 2007.
Thank you for your service, Ted.
Thank you for your support.
And are you reaching out to the VA? Does the VA try to help you?
I have the VA working on some things, like with the advocates for applying for full military VA disability with full benefits, so that I can get indoors that way. Other than that, the VA doesn't provide much help.
So the VA, the Veterans Administration, you're saying they don't provide much help at all?
No. Also, I might mention to you that I'm also blind, and believe it or not, being blind hinders a lot of the help you can get, because they then have to provide you extra help in these situations of shelters. They don't want to, they never say it's because you're blind, they say it's because I need extra help because I'm blind, and they don't have the resources for that extra help. So being blind actually hinders me more from getting the help. And any veteran will tell you the VA is not always Shangri-La.
That's unfortunate, right? You signed up to fight for the country, and when you need help, you don't get all the support you need, you believe?
That is true. I went to Iraq twice. I signed up after 9/11, and no, I don't get a lot of the help I would need, no. In fact, I actually, in my circumstances, fall through a lot of cracks. And believe me, I've tried.
And you mentioned that you recently became blind. Is that due to, was it diabetes?
So along with being a bilateral amputee, below the knee, double amputee, losing my legs, due to MRSA infections that wouldn't cure properly with having diabetes, I began to lose my eyesight a year ago due to diabetic blood hemorrhaging in my eyes. So it's technically called diabetic retinopathy. So I am losing my vision as well as the diabetes, yes.
Do you have the support of your family, friends?
You know, I have really good friends and family. Unfortunately, I just lost 3 really good family members last year. My brother is not a really good support because he's 3,000 miles away, but I have the moral support, yes.
And how did you end up over here in Arizona if you're from Pennsylvania?
I came here right after I got discharged from the Army when I found out I was going to be having a child living in Tucson. So I came here.
And how long have you been in Arizona now total?
16 years.
16 years, got it. Is that how old your baby is?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Got it.
Watch out, she just got her driver's license.
Uh-oh.
If you're driving out there, be careful.
Right. And does your daughter know that you're out here in the streets of Phoenix?
Unfortunately, I recently got honest with her about being homeless. In my family, it's kind of an embarrassing situation. It's like looked down upon, and yeah, she knows.
Well, don't be too embarrassed. Again, you're a veteran going through some health issues. The country, you know, thanks you for your service. I thank you for your service. The Lost in Phoenix community thanks you for your service. It's just unfortunate that you're out here in the streets and without housing, without, you know, medical care, you know.
I have some medical care.
To what point? To what extent? Like,
okay, so I have a primary care physician that manages my oral medications for the diabetes. And since I have lost my vision, I have gotten a little bit better with keeping my blood sugars under control. It's a little hard to do that on the streets, but I do the best I can. I also am in need of an eye doctor being new to Phoenix. So the one I had in Phoenix quit. So if I could find an eye doctor to remove diabetic blood hemorrhaging and 2 cataracts, at least in my right eye, I could be able to see again. So if somebody could tell me how to get my prosthetic legs from the Tucson Police Department's impound, I'm all ears.
So you have prosthetic legs?
I do have prosthetic legs, and unfortunately they've ended up in the Tucson Police impound. No fault of my own. They were in somebody's car that had a stroke, and they're not able to physically confirm anything. So my legs kind of fell through the cracks too. So I've been sitting in a car for the last 6 months in the Tucson Police in Town. If anybody has any information about that, I'm all ears.
Have you tried reaching out to the Tucson Police Department to release your property?
Yes, and it's been a lot of red tape. I've called numbers that the police department's given me. Technically, it's done by a company called Gary's Towing.
So it's probably a third-party towing company's towing service.
Yes, sir.
That contracts for the Tucson Police Department that most likely has the vehicle where your prosthetics are at.
Yes, sir. And I've been looking for an ophthalmologist in the Phoenix area that can help me with my problem. Maybe if anybody knows anything about that, they can help you out with some information. I'm looking for an eye doctor that can help me out. The VA does not have ophthalmology at their office, so I have to go to the outsource for that. I have to find my own eye doctor. They will pay for it, but I have to find one to go to.
Okay. So I'll try to find you ophthalmologists in your area since the VA will pay for it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Yeah. How's life out here?
Okay, so being blind and legless alone is a very difficult situation, being homeless in fact. But every day I meet at least 1 or 2 good people out here that help me out. And that is where, and a lot of times they're either veterans themselves or have other family members that are veterans, and they help me out day to day. Sometimes I have to find new help on a day-to-day basis, but just from getting to point A to point B, I cannot do on my own. So I just want to thank the people out there that have helped me so far. I appreciate all the support I do get. Even law enforcement gives me a break here and there, you know. They don't give me such a hard time, you know, like for being out here.
Right. And what about the dangers of being out here? Do people take advantage?
Absolutely. I get something stolen from me all the time on a daily basis. Money, stuff, everything, phones. Since in the 3 years I've been homeless, I've had one phone at least stolen every month, and who knows how much cash? I couldn't tell you.
So it's probably not a good idea to carry too much cash, unfortunately.
Yes, don't carry too much cash.
Wow. Do you receive some type of like Social Security benefits?
I receive Social Security benefits on a monthly basis, yes.
Okay, and that kind of helps you a little bit.
And I was able to actually recently get a bank account where those funds go to now, so that money has been safe consistently for the last couple of years.
Okay.
But the other money that people give you to donate and stuff like that, people are always looking at, and not only the money, but the items I get to live on a daily basis, like clothes, hygiene, and stuff like that, those get stolen all the time.
Okay.
So people, can we stop stealing from each other? We're on the streets here, and, you know, we need to work together. I wish that was the case. Now, I don't experience a lot of theft from other homeless veterans.
Other homeless veterans are pretty respectful?
Yes, sir.
It's the other homeless folks that might just take advantage and take your stuff?
Absolutely. And yes, they will rob a blind person.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
Yep.
But not violent. Nobody's really been violent towards you?
No, I have not had one violent altercation thus far yet.
Well, that's good.
I'm pretty sure they don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to steal from a disabled veteran, that's one thing. But if you are violent, if you act violently towards a disabled veteran, I promise you, another veteran is going to want to get you. Take care of that part.
Right.
Not that I'm not threatening anybody, but if you beat up a homeless disabled veteran, another veteran is going to feel some type of way about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even I would.
And Ted, out here in the streets, there's lots of homeless folks, but there are a lot of folks that are using blues. How do you stay away from blues?
You know, I just don't do them. I try to stay away from people that do them, but so many people do them. It's hard to stay away from that, but I just don't do them myself. I abstain. I do not smoke blues off the floor. I wish this epidemic could go away. I have my own problems that I deal with on a daily basis, so I'm not judging anybody, but that's just the one epidemic that I'm not involved in. But it's all around.
Right. So, Ted, I'm gonna say thank you very much for talking to me. We're gonna give people your Cash App in case they want to help.
Oh, really?
The Cash App
wow.
that you gave me was Patricia Davis 54.
Sure, she's my caregiver, Patricia Davis.
That's your caregiver, and that's
right.
her Cash App. So
Yep.
Patricia Davis 54. 54. That's going to be your Cash App, and if anybody wants to donate $1 or $2 to help Ted with food, or
that would be incredible.
Yeah, getting his prosthetics back, his.
I don't need a donation for that. I do need some info on that. Anything helps, you know. For whatever reason, I can tell you this much: all proceeds, any money that I would ever receive, I would be so happy about. But the money would be spent wisely. Food, clothes, hygiene, replacing items like that all the time, doing the laundry maybe even. Also, I would definitely use money productively, that's for sure. I would appreciate anything. I would be humbled by that. Thank you.
So Ted, again, thank you for your service. I appreciate you doing 2 tours out in the Middle East.
Yes, sir. I was in Iraq twice. 2 deployments. I did 1 successful enlistment and 2 successful deployments. I would do it all over again if I could. We had to fight the terrorists there, so we didn't have to fight them here.
Makes sense to me. So from one veteran to another, thank you very much. I
Hoorah.
really, yeah,
Hoorah.
Hoorah. So thank you very much, sir. You have a great rest of your day. We'll keep in contact. I'm gonna give you my contact information.
Perfect.
So that you can give to your caregiver to call me, give me an update.
Maybe I'll call you. You never know.
Exactly. So we'll go from there. Okay, Ted?
Hey, thank you for all your support.
I appreciate you, brother. Have a good day.
You too.